We are inside the Adria Adora Sava 623. If we now come inside and we turn round, we will firstly come to the master switch. If I now flick that, we will now turn the 12 volt on, and you will just see the condition of the leisure battery is just displayed here. Next to the master switch, we then have the water pump. This needs to be on for you to be able to get water out of your taps, fill the boiler up if it's been drained. Next we have the switch for the lights in the caravan, and then they can all be turned on and off on their own individual switches. Two USB charge points, 12 volt and aerial fly lead in, more light switches, two 30 volt 3-pin socket, and then the switch to turn the courtesy lights on and off on the outside of the van. Right at the very top we then have the Aldi control panel for the heating and hot water. If we now pan across and come down into this bed box just here, we have the control board for the PowerTouch Evolution motor mover. You should hopefully never have to do anything with this, but if you were to lose sync from the controller to the control board, what you can do is get this aerial lead here, plug it into this alpha reset. What will then happen is these two lights will come on, and then you just press the two green buttons on the controller and it will resync. But the main reason why the handset and this board will not communicate with each other are if the leisure battery is too low, so always just check the voltage. If the battery in the handset is too low, again it will not work. And if you've turned on the red isolator key in the battery box and then got distracted, it will time out after a few minutes, so you just need to reset it. Also in here, back of the battery box, and then if I just undo this latch here, we then have the battery charger and the 12 volt fuses. If I then come round in here, you will then see that we have, if I can just get it in shot, we have a little lever just here which we open up when we're draining down the caravan for full winterization. So just make sure that that grey lever is flapped up. I will show you in a moment where the rest of the levers are to drain the rest of the water out of the caravan. If we now come back up again and we move along, we then have the 3-ring gas burner hob. Just push in, twist around and press the igniter, just like so, and exactly the same on the other two. There we are. We then have the grill and the oven. Same again, just push in and then just press the igniter for the grill, and this side for the oven. Storage beneath, and pull out rack to the side. This one here has storage and two gas isolation taps, one being for the hob and the other one being for the cooker itself. They are in the on position, and as I always say, leave them like that. Smell gas in the van, go and turn the gas bottle off. Below the fridge freezer there are also some more gas taps, this one for the fridge itself. To use the Thetford fridge, just turn it on here and it will come on, and then to pick the power source, hold this grey button in and then use the arrows to move it along. This is an automatic unit, so as long as you're on A for auto, it will find the best power source it can for you. So if I now click, it will then move to temperature control. Same again, just use the arrows and then press. So this is now on auto. So because I'm currently not actually hooked up to the main supply, it has put us on to gas. If I now hook this up, it would then automatically put us on to mains electricity, and as soon as we hitch up to the car and start the engine, it will then go over to 12 volt maintain. We then turn it back off again just by holding the button in here. In this overhead locker here, we just have the microwave that will just work when you're hooked up to main supply. And then if we come across to this side, we firstly have the freestanding table just in there. Storage here and storage this side. Also in here is the header tank for the Aldi heating system. So you just want to make sure that the fluid is between the minimum and the maximum. Always take your temperature once your heating has been running, because it will expand. If it does need topping up, you can remove this here and then unscrew at the top here, remove the little pump and then top it up. Obviously use proper Aldi top up solution. Also in here is the Vision Plus television aerial. So here we have the digital amplifier. It does have a signal finder in it, so the colour of the light on here depicts the signal strength. So green means strong, amber okay-ish, red diabolical, you will not be able to get anything. To raise and lower the television aerial, you need to undo this collar here and undo this one here, and then you'll be able to then push the mast up and then twizzle it about to get it in the position you need. You'll see that this is in H for horizontal. We can turn this tail here and actually flip so the television aerial goes to vertical for additional tuning if required. Always make sure that we are down for travel, and then we tighten these back up again. Do not over tighten them because they're all plastic and they will split. We also have in here the trip switches. So we've got the individual MCBs, RCD and test button just here. Just pop that back in again. And then we have down here the boiler drain valve. So the actual boiler itself actually sits behind here. To drain the boiler down for winterization, just literally flap this one up here and it will then begin to drain out the water. As I said, if you are going to do a full winterize, you need to then make sure that you then flap up all your grey levers as well, because they will drain any water out of the pipework. But when you come to refill it back up again, make sure this is flapped over, all the grey levers are down, then literally make sure you've got your submersible in your aqua roll, turn the water pump on, and then the water pump will then begin to prime itself back up again. You will need to come to the taps and turn them on. They will cough and splutter to get rid of the air. Once they're running freely, close them back up again, and then the boiler will be fully primed up. I always suggest when fully winterizing the van that you leave all the taps open like this, because that way if there is a harsh frost, the water will be forced out of the end of the tap instead of expanding in the pipe and splitting. You will also see at this point here we also have the gas isolation tap for the boiler itself. As we then move along, we then have the 2 bunk beds and the dinette, which also makes up into a single bed. It is just literally unhook the table, push this button in to fold the leg, then rest the table on these plimps here, and then just slide the cushions into place. If we then go underneath this bed just here, you will see the other 2 drain down points just there. Again, just flap them so the grey levers are pointing up when fully winterising the caravan, and then make sure they're back as they are now when it comes to repriming it back up again. We then have the washroom. So we have the shower just here. Do make sure the shower screen is clipped back for travel. We then have the basin just here, and then the Thetford toilet. The bowl does swivel about. To actually open to the cassette, just slide here, and then you will open up, and then it is just blue button to flush. You will get an indication here to let you know when the cassette is full and needs emptying. And then to close the cassette again, just slide back.